Okay, so the first thing you gotta do is you get a pot. I usually get a smaller pot, like that size, not too big, right? And then fill it up with water. No need to measure that shit, just make sure there's enough that like it submerges the pasta. Put it on the stove, turn it to high, grab your salt, make it unbearably salty. There we go. Throw the lid on, and then ignore it for a while. So this is what you need: butter, milk, box, extra cheese if you want it. Remember to keep ignoring the pot, even if it's like, you know, making it sound like it's boiling. That bitch ain't actually boiling. It's just, you know, just calling for attention, so ignore it. I'd also highly suggest getting out and heating up your leftover chicken wings because you're hungry and it takes like 15 more minutes for the pasta to be ready. So yeah, do that. If you want to be sneaky, you can put a little dollop of the whole milk plain yogurt too. So right around when the water starts to boil, your chicken will be warm. So you got to decide whether you want to eat a chicken wing or get your water. So once you make your decision, make your way over to the other one that you didn't do. Take the lid off that thing. Try to pour in the pasta with your chicken wing hand. Success. Stir it so that none of the pasta gets stuck to the bottom. Yeah. Spill some chicken sauce. Turn the temp down to like kind of medium-ish. And then set that timer for 9 minutes. And make sure it doesn't boil over. Make sure to recycle your shit. That's the recycle pile. When the timer beeps, take it off the heat and dump it into a strainer. I don't know why I'm talking like this. Make sure you turn the heat down to low, put it back on the heat, and then make sure you put a little butter in the pasta so it doesn't stick together. And mix it around. Oh yeah. Mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it. There we go. So at this point, you take your butter, you gotta make sure you have at least 2 tablespoons. You can have more than 2 tablespoons, but like any less than 2 tablespoons, and you're just like a weakling. You're not doing it right. Next, let the butter melt completely. Get that 100% meltage. Okay, once your butter is melted, you take your milk. If you're adding any yogurt, then do a little less milk, but pour in, if you're not adding yogurt, pour in about as much milk as you have butter. Maybe a little less. Something like that. Take a scoop of yogurt, put that in there.
Disgusting.
Now pour in the cheese dust.
Cheese dust?
Cheese dust.
Are you coaching it? Are you taking ready?
Okay, now you're gonna take a fine cheese grater and you're gonna grate some Parmesan cheese. Once you've got a nice little pile of Parm in there, you can start mixing it up. The one thing is, you can use other types of cheese other than Parm, but make sure you have the fine cheese grater, otherwise it doesn't melt well. Pro tip. So mix it all together. You wanna make sure that it's 100% smooth before you add the pasta back in. Get that sauce nice and saucy. Make sure you still have the heat on a little bit because you want the sauce to reduce a little bit and get it nice and thick. And once it's smooth, you put the pasta back in. And then pour it back in. You get in there. There we go. Now mix it all up. Yes, Reg. This is how you make candies, right? Yeah. No, you're not getting any. So making sure that it's still over the heat, because as the pasta comes in, it thickens the sauce and cooks it just a little bit more. Gets it to a good consistency. And now you're ready to eat your Annies. Or ready to fight your friends and or family over, or fight with them over the Annies. You're a total chump if you put it in a bowl. Just eat it out of the pot. Don't make extra dishes for yourself.